totally original Let's Play. Hey everybody.
What's up, Dan's Monkeys?
Welcome back. So you're probably wondering, what is this shit? We just did an episode of zombies this week. Well, problems.
So this week is double zombies.
Yeah, so this episode on Monday is zombies episode. The episode on Friday is going to be a zombies episode. So we covered advanced training in the last episode. We're going to do a little bit on that. And I'm going to explain a couple things as well. So the first thing that I wanted to explain that I really should have explained, but I didn't, has to do with aim assist. So when I play zombies, and I recommend that you all do this as well, there's a couple things to look out for. Number one, I like to keep my horizontal stick sensitivity a little bit higher than standard, which in this game is 4. I put it at a 6, and my vertical stick sensitivity at a 5, because aiming up and down really fast is less important as aiming left and right really fast. And then these values are basically just adjusting that sensitivity for specifically aim down sights so that it's a little bit slower. That way you're not aiming all over the place. You can't do that in any Call of Duty before Black Ops 4. Mm-hmm. So, I also turn vibration off because it's a distraction. On PS5 here.
Feels too good.
Yeah, turn the trigger effect off and stuff. I actually do that on a system level for this game. Here's the big one though. And this is the thing that applies to every zombies game. I always turn aim assist off. Here we have target aim assist and ADS aim assist. So, ADS aim assist is what in most of the Call of Duties I believe is just called the aim assist, but some of them don't split it up, depends on how old it is. The point is that what this does, it only works in campaign and zombies, and what this does is makes it so that when I aim down sights, it locks onto a zombie. So if I do this and then I go boop, see how it
You did nothing?
Boop, yeah. So it's boop, locking onto a zombie. So here's the problem with that. It aims for center mass, which we don't want, because when we're killing zombies, we're trying to build points, and we want to shoot them in the head and get the extra points for getting a critical kill. Like, oh, well, but it's really useful because I can just whoop, lock onto the zombie. But you don't want to, because every single time you aim down your sights, you're going to have to aim down sights and then go up in order to aim for their head. And you don't want to have to do that. So we turn that off. Target assist, we're also going to turn that off. This is the thing that does work in multiplayer. And this does two things. Number one, it makes it so that when you are looking at an enemy and then you strafe back and forth, your aim will sort of turn so that your aim is sort of sticking to that enemy. Right. I'm not touching the stick at all when I like right here, and my character model is kind of turning my view towards the zombies. That's not so bad. What's bad is that it also slows down your aim when you go across an enemy. So this is my aim speed, right? It's really fast, and then it slows down and then speeds up.
Super fuck that, dude.
Yeah, that's problematic, because when I need to look back and then turn around, it's cutting how fast I can do that. And when you're doing a big train of zombies, you need to have that sort of that speed. You need to make sure that you just turn back and you're checking. See, that is like so difficult to do, because it grabs me every time I look at the zombies and holds me there. Whereas now that it's off, boop, doesn't do that. So, boop, I can just look, see where they are, and then keep going. Whoop, oh, see, yep, I saw them. Yep, okay. You know, so it's like, that's what you want. That's really important for training, having that aim assist turned off. And it's something that I recommend everyone does. It might be a little difficult to get used to at first, and if you're playing multiplayer immediately after you're playing zombies, obviously turn it back on. Second thing, I'm going to show you what the best way to go about killing your train is, because you have the train and
Dynamite.
Yeah, and there's a C4, dude. And there's a lot of ways to like, or there's a lot of reasons to have a train, but what if you're just training because you're just trying to go through the rounds and you want to kill the train? Well, there's, first of all, the reason that you would want to do that is because it's easy to round the zombies up and not get overwhelmed while you're training them. And then you can kill them all really fast, and make sure that you're getting headshots on all of them. Make sure that, you're getting as many points, blah, blah, blah. Maybe if you get like a double points right before that, you're maximizing your points, yada, yada. So here's the way you do it. You've run around, you've got this train in this area. You want to look for a long hallway that you can run backwards in and not get caught on anything. And it doesn't need to be a hallway in the traditional sense. You're just looking for something that you can funnel the zombies through. That would be this area right over here. So this is the area that I use when I'm doing that. Basically, once I have the train ready to go, I have all the zombies, and I looked at the mini-map, and it's scanned, and... oh, nope, there's no more red dots. All of them are right here. Then I can go, bring them through here, and then about right here, I can turn around and start laying into them. Now, there's a couple things that matter here. Part of that is your strafe speed. As you can see, this is my backwards moving speed, and when I aim down sights, I start moving a lot slower, and he's able to catch up a lot more. That is attachments. That's basically something that you want to fix by changing the attachments on your gun, and make sure that when you're training, your strafe movement speed is as high as you can get it. That's a really important stat to look for. But that's basically it. Is literally just get them around circle, right? Getting them in a bunch, and then going, and then backing up. There's a point, though, where you want to stop. You don't want to hug any walls or anything like that because you'll get caught. But you don't want to just go indefinitely, because if I just kept going, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to hit this wall right here, and then I'm going to go, oh, what? And then next thing you know, there might be zombies that are spawning in over here or over here, and I'm going to get trapped. I want to make sure I have a clear exit for when I'm done, and that would be right about there. So you can get them in a bunch, and then get them ready, move them through here past this plane wing, and then once you get to right about here, you can then go around the plane wing, and you're not in any danger. That's the most important thing. When you're training, the idea is to keep yourself out of danger. Otherwise, you wouldn't be training. You'd be doing what I'm doing right now, and you'd just be sort of like blasting them, I mean, even still, I'm still kind of training them around, but it's like if you didn't want to avoid the danger, then, well, who gives a shit, right? Why do you need to train them in the first place? The whole point of training them while you're just... another nuke, really.
Yeah, dude.
While you're just playing the game and going through the rounds is your ability to keep yourself out of harm's way, keep yourself from getting trapped or surrounded or something. So now that we learned how to kill zombies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two things. Number one, I'm going to show you how to... or I'm going to show you an example of that half circle method over here in spawn. Now that I have this door closed over here, this is where I like to do this.
Okay.
This circle area right here. This is the area that you want to train. When you're training in spawn, this is the area that you want to train. Basically, you're just doing this. This is effectively all you're doing. This is the half circle in order to get them together. But you could see that, like, I wasn't really putting myself in any meaningful amount of danger. They were staying pretty far away from me. I'm also going to show you how to kill the zombies once you have them in the train. Here, I'm going to show you how to kill them in spawn, because again, this is another really useful place to train. So you might as well figure out where you're supposed to take them, because this one's a little bit more complicated. You don't want to be like, okay, kill them, and then and then you get caught on something. You're like, oh no, oh god, and then you're dead. You know, you don't want to be that guy.
Of course not.
So, this right here, this is it.
That's
Look at this.
insanity.
I can do this indefinitely. There is no end to the amount that I can do this. And I could do it this way too.
I suppose what I still fail to understand is what advantage that has over just running around them in a circle.
Because you may not have the room, or they may be coming from, they're primarily coming from this direction, right?
Sure.
So if you don't have to try to find a spot to cut through them, why would you?
I see.
Like with this, I don't have to try
Because
to
a half circle
find a spot.
is only half of a circle.
Yeah.
So it takes up less space.
I can bring them over here, and I'm going to try this out. Does this work? Oh, yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a little wide. I don't like to do it that wide, but to practice this half circle thing, you can sort of follow the line of the lake here and just keep them in the water.
The line of the lake.
Yeah. And you can kind of do it that way. That's not a bad way to practice that. So, but anyways, so now that you've got this train, where do you kill them? Well, straight back here. So you get ready, and then you go here,
Ah, that makes sense.
and then you turn around, and you lay waste.
Someone... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they started spawning
I
behind
answered
me.
my own
Once
question.
that happens, you start getting hit from behind, you fucking get the hell out of there, you know. And I'm also going to show you another area where you can practice advanced training, i.e. the stuff where I was talking about, like going here and doubling back a lot and trying to keep them scrunched together.
Scrounge.
Yeah, scrunched together again. And that's in the swamp.
Where Shrek lives?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to appreciate that.
Yep. Well, he's a bitch, and I don't give
Whoa.
a shit. So.
Hey, man, you can't get up on the internet and call Shrek a bitch.
Yeah. I can call him a bitch if he doesn't want me in his swamp.
It's not really fair at all.
Sure.
It's his private property, man.
No, it's not. He doesn't fucking own it.
He's got the deed.
No, he doesn't.
Haven't you seen Shrek 5?
Fuck you, no.
It's called The Deed.
Shrek 5, The Deed, or just The Deed, and everyone knows it as Shrek 5.
Well, actually, it's really underground because not everybody realizes that it's actually...
Oh, damn. People just think it's like an Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, it's... Yeah. Most people think it's a sequel to Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. If you can maneuver a train around here without getting yourself sandwiched, then you understand how advanced training works, pretty much. So as an example, this is one that Zane kind of had an epiphany with. With a big train, when you come around here and you go around this side too fast, there's zombies on the other side. They haven't all gotten through yet.
You can get smashed.
So you want to get... Yeah, Zane and I were practicing this, and Zane fell into that. But then he tried one of these, and he got over here, and then he came over here, and then went through here.
All by myself.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't tell him to do that. He just did that.
And that's why he calls me Epiphany Tiffany now.
Yeah. And now there's no zombies over here. That's advanced training. It's trying to find ways to basically make the zombies have to travel more than is necessary.
And then you can be Epiphany Tiffany.
Yeah. In order to get them to go around, because this is a nasty part of this map. This is a really dangerous fucking part.
Covered in mold and moss.
Yeah, and so this is a good place to practice your advanced training, to try to figure out how to keep the zombies in the tightest bunch you can keep them in. So now we're gonna move on to the second part of step 4, camping. And this part is...
Setting up camp.
Yeah, and this part is a lot less complicated than training. And it's something that, frankly, I don't think this map is very good for camping. I know that there's a super great camping strategy, and we're not going to use that camping strategy.
The top of the plane carcass up there, if you go up there, not here, but there, up in front of you, right there.
Up that
If
one?
you go around the other one and onto the top of that,
Mm-hmm.
zombies can't get you from behind. I noticed. Like if you come up here, they can only come at you from one direction when you're up here, right?
No. They can hop up here, and they can hop up here, I think. So, yeah, they can definitely climb up here.
Okay.
I thought that they could. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can just.
Because when I got overwhelmed a couple times when we were playing,
And then you did one of these.
yeah,
Yep.
and then it's like, haha.
That's a very common thing. If you're doing a much like if it's a more complicated map that doesn't have a big open area like this, it's not a bad idea to find a spot where you can start by standing on a ledge, and then once you sort of get overwhelmed on that ledge, you can back off.
Gotcha.
And the zombies will be pretty bunched together, like the ones that have spawned in by that point. So the perks that you're going to want to have when you're camping is always Speed Cola, and Deadshot Daiquiri is really useful for that. And then you're also going to want to have the correct specialist ability, or whatever the fuck what is it called? Field upgrade. So the field upgrade that I currently have equipped is Ether Shroud, so I can get myself out of a bind.
Yes.
But if I instead equipped Ring of Fire, that's a camping centric field upgrade, where it's about trying to hunker down in one spot, whereas Ether Shroud is trying to get me out of a bind. And so you want to know what you're doing going in. You want to know what you're doing ahead of time, in order to be as effective as possible. So what I've done here is I've grabbed a different weapon, one that's a lot more useful for camping, because I'm going to be able to shoot a lot more before I have to reload. I also grabbed Speed Cola and a Blitzkrieg Bop, Deadshot Daiquiri. And then I'll show you what this camping strategy looks like with the correct equipment. This is the spot. We want to keep this door closed because we don't want zombies to come from that. We want them to only come at us from one direction. What Deadshot Daiquiri does is makes it so that when I aim down sights, it's basically going to turn on that ADS aim assist whether I like it or not.
What?
But this time, it's going to do more damage, and it's going to be locking onto their head rather than their body.
Is that what Deadshot Daiquiri does?
Yes. So, then when you're camping, this is what camping looks like.
Wow, that's much better.
And I can even just sort of like mash the trigger and hold the fire button down and achieve like a really good effect of just like moving on, blast,
Wowzers.
from zombie to zombie to zombie. This is how you camp. Now, again, I mentioned Ring of Fire. That's because you lay down your Ring of Fire, and the zombies are going to take damage. You're doing more damage. There's a couple other reasons that Ring of Fire can be really useful. This is why you have this. Because I've gotten myself into a position where I cannot stay up here anymore. So now I have an out. So that's what a camping strategy looks like. It's hard. Like, this game really is not well suited for camping, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't want to make it sound like, oh yeah, that's the strat, guys. That's the one you should be doing. If it was up to me, no, it is up to me. I recommend you train on this map instead of camping. Maybe the next map will be better for camping. I don't know. If you want to play a game that's really good for camping, Black Ops 4. But for a long time, zombies got away from camping and was much more about training. And this game has not really changed that at all. It's still pretty much just about training. And I know, like I said at the top, I know that there's, the high round strategy is a camping strategy. That, to me, is too specific. You have to have level 3 Rain of Fire. You have to have the fucking ray gun. Like, there's too much that goes into that for it to be a viable camping strategy for anything but just getting to high rounds. And I'm talking really high rounds. We're 70, 100, 150, 200. We're not talking, round 20 or 30, which may be what some of you want to get to. You know, you just want to camp up to round 30 and then leave. Now, I implore you, if camping is something, I've showed you the basics of camping here, but I'm not going to go in any more detail than that. I implore you, if camping seems like something that you really want to do, and you much prefer it to training, try to find your own camping spot. Try to find a camping spot better than that camping spot. I'm not much of a camper, so it's not something that I am like super familiar with. I know that there's also the truck spot here. It's like there's other camping spots, but it's not something that I've looked super deep into with this map. But there's some other stuff. If you're into camping, stay tuned a little bit, and we'll go over some of that. Let us know in the comments down below if you learned anything, or if you have a better camping spot. And next time on Totally Original Let's Play, we're gonna move on to the actual next step, getting to know your weapons.
Woo!
If you're watching this in the future, make sure you click on the left to see the next episode.
If you haven't made it to the future, click on the right to check out another series.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you get notified when we come out with new videos. And now a song on my Donkey Konga bongos. Thank you.